Hey guys, I've been putting this off for a while, but I figured I shouldn't wait anymore, and I think it's about time. So here's a room tour. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right around here. This is my top shelf here, and this is where I keep my all-time favorite games that I've collected throughout the years. And let's start with this one. This one's pretty special to me. Metroid, Batman for the NES, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Throughout my grade school years, that's all I played was like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and the game next to it, which is Contra. I don't know how anyone found out about the 30-man code. All I know is everywhere I went to, everybody knew up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start for one player, select start for two players. The game that got me into first-person shooters, GoldenEye. Right next to it is Walter White from Breaking Bad. Yeah. See him right there? Such a cool show. I love that show. Shinobi 3. There's also a code in this that lets you have unlimited shurikens. Of course, there's UN Squadron, the game that I hold very dear to me because of how what happened between me and my father. We had a bad time. You know, we're going through a bad time. The only time that me and him ever saw eye to eye or agreed on things during my teenager years was UN Squadron. This one I originally bought at Blockbuster for $24 when they were doing used games, and I remember having the box to it. I really wish I kept all that. Super Metroid is without a doubt the best game on the Super Nintendo. That's arguable to a lot of people. Some people think Castlevania 4 whatnot, but this is my collection, not yours. So Super Metroid for me. Legend of Zelda. I actually never beaten this game yet. Right here is, excuse me, Scarlet. Scarlet's protecting my something that I should actually have appraised, put on a wall or something. This is my copy of Deadpool for the Xbox 360. This is signed by Rob Liefeld, the current artist for Deadpool, and Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead. Someone gives me this ticket because they couldn't stay, and they love this shirt that I wore that said The Walking Dead with Christopher Walken as a zombie. So I wait in line, and I go and I ask the guard, and I'm like, hey, will he sign anything? Because I don't have any Walking Dead comic books on me. And he was like, oh yeah, he'll sign whatever, you know, what do you have? And I show him this copy of Deadpool, and he's like, oh, you kidding me? This guy's been talking about this fucking game all day. I'm like, oh, okay, well, so here I go, going up to Robert Kirkman. I'm like, hey, I don't have any of your books, but I have this game. Do you mind signing it for me? And he's like, are you kidding me? I love this fucking game. So he signs it, and there we go. I should frame that if I don't break it first. Here's some of my action figures that I have here. I don't have too many action figures. Just whatever I have is because I just like the way it looks, or they meant something to me, you know. I have a CM Punk action figure right here. Of course, I got Star-Lord. Rocket was the one guy I had to really put out some money for. I spent like $24 on him. The guy at the flea market wanted $40. So basically what I did was I showed up throughout the day to see if it even sold. And the guy was waiting to get rid of all his stock. So I was like, hey, I'll take that off your hands for like $20, $25, $24. He's like, all right, I'll take it. See? Good things come to those who wait, as long as it's not sold. Spider-Gwen. Great action figure. Over here, see that? This is a Build-A-Bear. Kind of supposed to be a couples thing to kind of help, you know, like you create a baby or something. I don't know. I'm not sure the psychology behind it, but it was pretty fun. Basically, I got the dragon here, and put a Ghostbuster uniform on it, and you can name your own bear, so or plush or plushie, whatever. So I named this one Harold Spangler after the late Harold Ramis. I think this one barks too. Does it bark? Huh. Over here is my Nintendo and Super Nintendo collection. Um, I have plenty of common titles. Most of them are common titles, but I'm starting to collect more obscure titles and like the 10 gen games. But because the fact that I didn't mind 10 gen, I thought they made some pretty good. They made some pretty good titles. I thought Tetris, the 10 gen version, was better than the official NES version. Of course, those are my Super Nintendo games down here. Again, I don't have too many. I don't have too many titles. I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of titles, but I don't. Super Nintendo tends to be a little bit more these days than regular NES cartridges. You know, to me, that's fine. Let it stay that way. If the prices keep dropping on these, I am totally okay with that. Here are my Walking Dead action figures, and I don't have too many of these. I only bought these when they were on sale. I found a lot of these I found like at GameStop for like less than $8. Daryl Dixon I got for free. It was a gift from my friend Richard. Rick Grimes I think was the only one I paid. No, it was on sale for 15, and that's the exclusive. So it comes with the original. It's what he looked like from the first season of Walking Dead. So I liked it. I figured, I love The Walking Dead because of the simple fact that, well, the main character's name is Rick. Here are my Sega Genesis games up there. There's a lot of people that have a problem with Sega Genesis games, and I don't know why. I actually love my Sega Genesis. I love all the games on there. Perhaps the sound, maybe it doesn't sound as good as Super Nintendo games, but the gameplay is pretty much the same. There's even some games were actually better on the Genesis than they were on the Super Nintendo. Super Street Fighter 2, way better on the Sega Genesis. Played a lot faster. Controls are much more responsive. Jurassic Park was way better. Both versions, Jurassic Park and Rampage Edition, way better. Okay, maybe not James Bond, but, we can avoid that. Then we have my Sega CD collection. It's kind of minimal. I have more games, but they're not in our cases. Down here I have some more Master System games. I actually had more than this. I had a pretty big stack, but I already have the Genesis counterparts to those, so I ended up selling. I had like 7 of them, and I sold it to Pat, the NES punk, for like $7. And at the time he was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And I said, "You know what? I know that he wasn't going to just, resell them, or he wasn't going to go and scalp them. So I'd rather sell it to him knowing that it was going to go to a good place, or hopefully it would go to another good place from him." So when it comes to selling things at Pat, he's a person I can trust out in the wild. Here's my Galvatronus that I got from Comic-Con, working at the Hasbro booth. They gave that to me for free. The other thing I got for free is right up there. You can see it right there, yeah. That's my Starscream Masterpiece collection. Yes, I know it's worth more if I had left it alone inside the box, but I wanted to play with it, man. It's pretty cool. I mean, the transformations are a lot harder to pull off than they were in their 80s counterparts, so it's kind of cool. It's got a little display, base, so yeah, I just had to play with it, I just had to. See those down there? Yeah, those right there. Yeah, those are my latest action figures right there. Harley Quinn and Deadpool. These are the two fictional characters that most people like to dress up as when it comes to conventions and any type of gathering. There's always somebody dressed up as either Harley Quinn or Deadpool. This picture right here, this poster, it's a pretty common poster that you can get from like any Walmart or whatnot. The reason why I even have this framed, I mean, it's not even in good condition, but the reason I have it framed is because my brother-in-law, Derek, who my wife and I were living with for about a good year and a half, really took care of us when we had nothing. And after we left and then moved over to the high desert area, I came back to visit him so I can get a couple more things and to shoot the shit and all that stuff. And he had this poster. He was like, "Hey, some guy was going to throw this away, and I instantly thought of you. So I want you to have it." And I just thought, wow, that is so nice, you know. So I brought it back here, cleaned it up the best I could, flattened it as much as I could, and then framed it. Of course, I had to keep it real. Up there is my portrait from the U.S. Army. Besides my grandfather, I'm the only other person in my family that enlisted in the armed forces for the sake of protecting everyone at home. Behind me here is this big screen television that I got from my friend Will when I started working for DirecTV, and this guy Will, he trained me, really cool guy, and he needed a headset for his Xbox One, and I had one for my 360 that was compatible with the Xbox One. So I said, how about a trade? This TV didn't look that good anymore. He didn't think it actually had any HDMI output, so it was useless to him. But for me to plug in guys like this or guys like this, it's perfect. So I said, yeah, why not? So I have this huge, 55-inch, 55-inch big screen television here that I didn't pay for. I just got it for trade for an Xbox headset. I later found out that this actually has one HDMI output, and it has 3 lenses, a red and a green and a blue lens. And if you wipe those down really good, the picture comes back, and it comes back very clear, so it doesn't look as murky anymore. So I went ahead, opened it up, cleaned it out. Works like $1 million. It's time for some real talk. There's a reason why I'm showing you guys this stuff now instead of later or before. And the motivation was, there was this a person told me as I was walking around a Walmart buying this Deadpool action figure, and he says, "Aren't you a little too old to be playing with toys?" There's a lot of people who collectors are going to run into who are ignorant, and they don't understand. They'll never understand that there is no age limit when it comes to collecting anything. I just want to show this to you guys really quick. And here's what she collects. She's in her mid-30s collecting Scooby-Doo whatever. If it's Scooby-Doo, she collects it. I guess the bottom line is, I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, especially my wife. But, we all have certain quirks to us. Certain things that people are going to call us out on, You may collect action figures. Some people eat their toenails. It's what makes you, you. The bottom line, when someone tries to tell you that you're living wrong, just look them straight in the eye and say, "You live your life, motherfucker. Don't tell me how to live mine."